Good morning and welcome to the first ever Gurobi Live. Ooh, does that mean? Gurobi Live event. Some of you definitely know Gurobi Days and why now Gurobi Live? Because we found it important, and I will start with that journey today to lay the baseline in regards to decision intelligence. Do I stand on the wrong spot here? Maybe it's better here. Decision intelligence technology and what such journey for businesses could look like. And let me start, as I usually do in these type of presentations. Who knows Gurobi and what Gurobi is doing? Wow. I just told Duke we did the same type of session in a different location and asked the same question. And there were like 3 people. And I'm like, okay. Interesting. Nevertheless, I start with a short journey in regards to where we're coming from. And we have come a long way. The company was founded in 2008 by 3 geniuses, Bob Bixby, Ed Rosberg, and Gu. That's where the name is also coming from. Optimization as a technology is around for quite a while. Optimization started in the 40s, 50s. And so it's not something new, something that Gurobi invented. We just optimized it, made the best possible mathematical solver. And I get to what it is in a minute, and developed it further. And in the meantime, this is a technology that's not only used in some niche companies, in some niche business cases. It's used across all industries from many, many customers. And you just see a short summary of our actual customers here, talking about the NFL, talking about many, many others, talking about SAP. So it's really from to a technology that can be used and that's positively contributing to your business. What's our focus and our purpose, our mission? We exist to make the world a better place, one optimal decision at a time. And what we do is optimization. We are helping customers to take better, optimal decisions for their businesses, for their business challenges. And this is what we're doing. Every start slide needs some numbers, and obviously I put one together as well. To give you a little bit of background, so founded 2008, we are in over 40 industries. We now, and this is not updated yet, we are now counting more than 3,000 customers that are working with us across multiple countries, across multiple industries. To highlight here, because we had that discussion this morning, we have 35 plus PhDs, professionals studied mathematics that can help, that are there to help, that know exactly what we are doing. So our service, our expert team is not what you're used to from other software vendors. I'm always remembering at this stage, my first call to Microsoft support. Is a power plugin? Yes, it's in. Please reboot. And it's always the first level support that you get. This is by far different here. Our people know what your challenges are. They understand. They know the details, and they can always help you. And also to highlight, our customers see the value in that service and see the value working with Gurobi. If you see 98% customer satisfaction score, and we also talked about it this morning, we try to keep it there. I think there's always one or the other customer that would like the solution in a different way delivered. So 98% is very close to the optimum in that case, but we try to keep it there. And that shows that we are not only counting new customers and trying to gain new customers, but that we have happy customers. So then the overarching question is, what is optimization? The Gurobi team knows I'm not the most technical person in the company. So I try to describe it in my way. what optimization is giving you the optimal decision to take for your business and solving the problems that you have. And this is based on a mathematical model that you describe your business problems in, and Gurobi solves it for you. Who writes these mathematical models? And this is very interesting because this event, and thanks to the partners that made that event here happening. We have EMEAI here from Spain, Madrid. Where are you guys? Here. Yeah. We have EMEAI. Not here yet. Okay. We have LTP Labs. I've seen the guys sitting outside. Are they here? Raise your hand. Not here? Okay, they're sitting outside. And we have Decision Lab. David, you're here? Yay! So these are gentlemen and ladies that can help you if you do not have operational research resources in your own company, in your own organization. They can consult with you of how to formulate the problem, what to tackle first, how to gather the data that is needed to write such mathematical models, or you have already a data science department. You have OR specialists. They will definitely be the right persons to talk to create such a mathematical model. Without that model, Gurobi wouldn't work. We need something to solve it in an optimal way. Industries, I mentioned it already, from supply chain to sales and marketing, to energy, to finance, airlines, staff scheduling, tail assignment. Use cases are endless. And to bring a little bit more structure also into our event here, we define different tracks in the afternoon here. We have an energy track, we have a supply chain track, we have several others, so that you feel more home depending on which business you're coming from. These tracks will be held here in 3 other locations outside with track leaders that prepared, I think, very nice agendas to bring across what we can do in that particular area. So how do we identify and get the optimal business outcome? And for that, I would like to take a step back. Everybody knows descriptive analytics, you know, what has happened. Yeah? Very usual. Diagnostic analytics, why did it happen? Yeah? Prescripted, what might happen next? But this is where we come in. So I have all that information now. Yeah? I have maybe even my machine learning, my AI already there. And what do I do with that information? I have it in front of me. And now this leads to Gurobi and to take the right decision based on all that information that you gathered for your business, for your use case, for your company. And this can go multiple ways. What Gartner says to that is business intelligence, machine learning have stopped short of recommending specific decisions or actions, and ultimately they have failed to improve business outcomes. Because to take that decision, to have decision intelligence, we call it, that is what is important. To gather data, to structure data, to put them into nice graphs, that's what everybody can do. But to compile this, formulate the business outcome that you picture, and then solve it with Gurobi, that makes a difference. So now, how does it work? And no, don't expect a deep technical discussion here. This is something we do partially tomorrow, partially today in the tracks. Just to give you...
You solve extremely complex problems every day, and you rely on mathematical optimization to get the job done. But if you're not using the best solver, you're leaving business value on the table. Take spreadsheet applications. They're readily available, but you're forced to simplify your models. Open source solvers are free, but failing to achieve optimality leaves you thinking your problem can't be solved. Commercial solvers are fast, but when they're not fast enough, you're stuck with suboptimal solutions. That's why optimization professionals choose Gurobi. With Gurobi, you can generate provable, globally optimal solutions across a full range of model types at unrivaled speeds. You can prototype quickly and easily with our lightweight APIs and connect to your entire stack with our robust integrations. And the best keeps getting better with the world's top R&D optimization experts and an experienced PhD-level support team who are by your side with answers in hours, not days. Speed, innovation, expertise. It's why customers who switch to Gurobi achieve over 500% ROI with payback in under 6 months. Experience the Gurobi difference for yourself. Gurobi, the leader in decision intelligence technology.
So just short summary video. So let's go into more details. So first, obviously, there must be a goal. You need to identify it. And it could be different from company to company, from industry to industry, from business to business. Yeah, you could look for revenue growth. You could look into margin optimization. You could shorten life cycles, shorten turnaround times, shorten processes. Whatever the goal is, you need to put it together. You need to put it on paper, and you need to formulate it. You know what your interdependencies are. You know what are the constraints, your boundaries that you work in? Yeah, budget constraints is always a good example for this. And what are the questions that you want to have answered? You know, and these questions are usually very personal ones. Depends on what business it is. Yeah, reroute shipments for the least cost. Yeah. Tail assignment, staff scheduling with staff, specifically in airlines, would have certain certifications for certain airplanes, need to be at certain locations. So this is all constraints that you put into your model. And then this is what I call put it into the model, translate it into a mathematical model that describes all these details. Usually done in Python. These days, there are other ways to do it as well. But once this is done, you solve it. Yeah, and Gurobi tells you, based on the trillions of possibilities that you might have, the one optimal action plan and the one optimal decision. You get the detailed answer of why that is and what the decision is. And if something changes in your business model, some of the constraints change again, you just run it again. And you might get a different answer. Sounds very, very complex. And I think it is. You need to know what you're doing. What we are trying to do here with this event is try to translate it more into a or not so technical way. We try to bring the business closer to that technology. Yeah? I see over and over customers out of different areas where I thought, okay, how many OR specialists do you have? And they're telling me, none. I said, so how do you run your business? Biggest competitor, I would clearly say, is either do nothing or excel. Still today, 2023. Yeah, we see so many customers, and when we have a discussion later on or tomorrow, I can give you some examples where you would say, whoa, I thought they have an OR department. They have a data science department. And I think there's still a lot of customers that haven't heard about the technology, that haven't seen the technology. They're not aware how powerful this technology for the business could be. And this is what we are trying to support here with the event. Welcome, just come in. Good. I gave you a little bit of a wrap-up of where we come from, what we are doing, how we are doing it, what's needed to do it, and to tell you all about the future of Gurobi, our vision and mission. We have our CEO, Mr. Perrucci here, who will come on stage next. Thank you, guys.
just realized I'm wearing the same jacket with the same pocket square in that picture. It makes me look terrible. All right. Thank you for coming. Thank you for investing time in Gurobi and time in this. I think you'll find the next 2 days to be really worthwhile. A few questions for the group. Anybody know what the ideal length of a presentation is to keep people focused and to give people retention of the material? Any ideas? That's pretty close, 18 minutes. So mine is 15 minutes long. So you guys will retain everything I say, hopefully. All right, who had to fly in to this session? Wow, okay, that's quite an investment in time. Thank you for doing that. All right, let's get going here. They keep me on a very short timeline here. Okay, I'm going to talk about Gurobi and where we're headed. This is us. This is the company. This is our tagline. It's more than our tagline. It is the ethos of Gurobi. This is in the fabric of everybody at Gurobi. This is all we're focused on, is building the world's most powerful solver. The R&D organization, they put 15,000 hours a year into the product, and they are constantly pushing the performance envelope with Gurobi. So this is if you think about one phrase to remember about Gurobi, this is it. This is our ethos. I think about it two ways. Powerful is performance. So performance, the most important buying decision with the solver, the most important criteria is speed. So we spend a lot of time with our model test set. There's about 7,000 models that we use to figure out which algorithms need to be tweaked or developed to drive the speed of solve of Gurobi. So that's a really critical part of our performance. But then, performance is not just that. It's also numerical robustness. It's the stability of the solver. It's the ability to take a problem with 1 million constraints and 1 million variables and deliver a solution. So that's really important. That's probably the first focus of Gurobi. The second focus, I like to think of it as an iPhone. It's really useful, right? It does a lot of things. So the Gurobi solver we like to think of it as like the Swiss Army knife. It does a lot of different things. You'll find out later when somebody talks about version 11, we've just developed a global nonlinear solver that is now baked into Gurobi. So we're always trying to add another screwdriver or another wrench to that Swiss Army knife. We also do other things around utility. We want to make it as useful as possible for more people with different backgrounds. So we spend a lot of time investing in understanding a data scientist and their process flow. So we've developed a lot of things to make it a little bit easier for a data scientist to work with Gurobi. So whether that's something like a connector to pandas data frames that makes your life a little bit easier, or the ability to take a trained machine learning model and pull it into Gurobi as a constraint, that saves a lot of time. It's really useful. This is really, when you think about Gurobi, that's where we focus most of our time, is making that solver really performant and making it a little bit easier to use. Okay, so I'm going to talk now about Gurobi 2.0. So that's my very sexy name for the evolution of Gurobi. I couldn't come up with anything better than that. So the way to think about it is the first 15 years of our existence, that's Gurobi 1.0. And now we're embarking on Gurobi 2.0. And you'll see that we're staying true to our core. We're always going to be focused on building the world's most powerful solver, but we're going to start expanding our horizons a little bit. Okay, so our mission has gotten a little broader. So to ground everybody, what is a mission? It's really just a statement that guides the employees as to what the company is in business to do. So our original mission was all about building a mathematical optimization solver. That's a mouthful. And now we've broadened it a little bit. That's still the core of the business, but now we talk more about optimization being at the heart of what we do. So we're trying to broaden our scope a little bit. And you'll see why in a moment. It has to do with the purpose of the business moving forward. We are really trying to expand the awareness and the reach of optimization. So shifting our mission away from being just a math optimization solver to taking a stance in the broader optimization space is really important to us. So we're really proud of the work that we did on our vision. We went to all 150 employees and asked them to help us set the vision for the business. So we look at the vision two ways. One is what's the core purpose of the company, and the other is what's the long-term goal. The core purpose was very simple. What is it that makes you excited to come to work in the morning? What is it that gives you value in doing the company's work? And we're really proud of what we came up with. And Sascha spoke about this earlier. So universally at Gurobi, the employees feel really good about the power of optimization, the goodness that optimization can do, right? We're not naive. We know that some customers use optimization for things that maybe are not quite as altruistic as making the world a better place, but optimization is one of those few rare technologies that has such a tremendous capacity to do good for the planet and good for humankind. So this is why Gurobi is here. This is why every employee comes to work every day. We're actively trying to make the world a little bit better through better decision making. All right, so that's one side of the vision. The other side of the vision is our goal. The goal is, some people call them BHAGs, big, hairy, audacious goals. I just call it a long-term goal. This is something that could take 10, 20, 30 years to achieve, and we really kept it simple. I think you'll agree, it doesn't get any simpler than those two words. So what does that mean? Originally, we started with the concept of democratizing optimization, and that's a mouthful, and a lot of people don't understand what we're trying to get at there. So we think that if we can get Gurobi more pervasive, have it be more ubiquitous, built into more commercial applications that power businesses, applications that power government decision-making, NGOs, organizations, social organizations, that's going to benefit the world, right? The more people that can benefit from optimization, the better off humankind is going to be. But that's a really ambitious goal. We're constrained. Mathematical optimization is a challenging practice. It's not easy to pick it up on your own. And because of that, things like machine learning have sort of stood out while optimization has been a little bit in the shadows. And that doesn't make it easy for us to get Gurobi everywhere. So we've got a lot of work ahead of us, and I'll talk about what we're doing to achieve that goal. So the last aspect of our vision is, what does the world look like if we can achieve this goal, right? We're trying to make it very tangible for our customers and for our employees, and this is what we came up with. So, really, I mean, this is the sort of stuff that makes me sleep well at night. Those are actual benefits, derived directly from our customers. We didn't make any of those up. So we have customers out there that are doing those exact use cases to benefit mankind. And, like I said, we're not naive. We know that that's not always the case, but optimization has that power. It has the power to improve the planet and improve the quality of life for everybody on this planet. So if we get there in 10, 20, 30 years, hopefully we'll see more of that. So how do we get there? There's a road ahead. It starts with awareness. There is a dearth of awareness of optimization out there in the analytics space. I talk to a lot of data scientists and analytic departments, and optimization is something, it's a little esoteric. People know a little bit about it, but not quite everything they need to know about it. So Gurobi has been focused on building awareness. When I came to Gurobi, I came to Gurobi 6 years ago. Our customer was a PhD in OR. That was it. That's all we sold to. Who in the room has an OR background? Raise your hand. Okay. Who in the room is more of a data scientist? Okay. So we started to pivot so that we still focused on our base, which is OR, but we've also tried to expand awareness to the data science community. And it's really changed things for us. Now I would say maybe 30% of our customers are data scientists, which we didn't have before. So we've got to continue to build awareness. Then we have to do education. You can't just, if you're new to optimization, you can't just step into Python and write a math model and then boom, you've got a great solution. So we've invested a lot of time and energy in education. We have an online learning platform that has a whole bunch of modules in it that are continuing to be built out. We just finished it took us more than a year. We developed a course with a professor at Georgia Tech in the United States. It is an entire semester course taking a data scientist from start to finish with optimization. There's about 40 modules to that, and we're going to put that out on a MOOC. Is that what it's called? Like a Coursera. I can't remember. Maybe we're on Udemy. We're going to put it up there in the next maybe month or two. So education is really important. We've got to give people the tools that they need to be able to work with the technology if they didn't take a formal, master's or PhD in it. Ease of use. When I joined Gurobi, this was something that drove me bananas. It is, when I asked the company to show me the software, they said, "Well, we can't. There's nothing to show you." I said, "What do you mean? There's no GUI. I can't just drag and drop constraints and variables." And they said, "No, what are you, insane? That's not the way it works." And I took an operations research class in business school, but I used Excel, the solver built into Excel. So I never quite knew how a real solver worked. Ease of use is something that we are focused on. I personally would love to see generative AI play a bigger role in this. We do have one case of a customer that used ChatGPT to write about 70% of their model. It's a basic model. The technical people in this room are probably ready to throw up. But I think that generative AI could play a role in improving the ease of use with a solver. So that could be years down the road, but I'm excited about that. Next, partnerships. Our partners are here in this room. They are immensely valuable to us. We build a car engine and a really beautiful car engine, but we don't build the whole car. And we can't walk into a customer that says, "Hey, I have a supply chain problem that needs to be solved." We need partners to be able to write that model and wrap that application around it. And you'll hear from those partners today. They're all going to be doing presentations. And last is acquisitions. So we had our first acquisition March of this year. It was a pretty simple one. We acquired our reseller in Japan. We just looked at the Japanese market and we looked at the technology that existed there and the levels of education there. And we said, this should be a much bigger market for us. So why don't we invest in the reseller and then expand our footprint there? And so far it's been really, really great. It's turned out really well. So now we have our first office. We don't have any offices. We're all remote. We have our very first office in Tokyo. We have 15 employees over there. So acquisitions are something we're interested in, whether it's expanding our global footprint or finding other technologies that help us with that ease of use, help it to make it a little bit easier to work with Gurobi. That's probably what we're going to stay focused on. All right, wrapping up. That was even faster than 15 minutes. By the way, before I forget, I got to take a picture of this room before I get off the stage. All right, some thoughts for the next 2 days. This is just advice. So you'll have the opportunity to advance your skills. Everybody's got skills in this room, but you'll probably pick up some new things as well. So that's kind of exciting. You have the smartest people in the world of Gurobi here. These are people that know the software inside and out. And nobody can help you to get better performance out of Gurobi than the technical people that are sitting amongst you secretly, like spies. You'll hear really interesting use cases. Those will be coming up shortly. There'll be best practices. So just keep your eyes and ears open. Always something to learn. Get to know other people in the field. I know most Gurobi customers are really fun people to chat with, really intelligent. So don't be shy. Introduce yourself to the person next to you. You're always going to learn something kind of interesting. And last but not least, don't be shy. Come over, please say hello. Interrupt me if I'm talking to somebody. I couldn't spend my time better than talking to people in this room. I always learn from it, and I think we make smarter decisions out of it the more customers that I talk to. So really, don't be shy. All right. Last thing, I'm going to take a picture of the room. Thank you for your time. Can we turn up the house lights? Thank you for indulging me. By the way, I don't know if you saw that picture that I showed earlier. That was from Paris last year. And one guy did not smile for the picture, and it drives me crazy to this day. So, all right. Oh, God, that light is bright. All right, here we go. You ready? Say cheese. 1, 2, 3. All right. All right. Thank you, everybody. Welcome.